afternoon to you in Ontario, and
Yes,
good evening in
thank you.
Nigeria. And
Yes.
you're looking different today. You're looking harassed. Too much work.
Too much work.
Yeah,
Too much work. Too much
yeah,
work. Lots to do this weekend. I've just had my plate full.
yes, yes. With the type of advice that you've been given for the last 3 weeks,
Yes.
thereabout, your plate will definitely be full. It means that you're,
Oh no, this
you're
is housework full. So this is nanny, cleaner, teacher full.
no, no,
So
no,
my
no, no, no.
harassment today is not Iwaje harassment, is mommy life, wife, cleaner, cook. What other title do you want to give me? Harassment.
Okay, so let's just go over what we've done for the last two times. There may be
Yes.
about 10 minutes past 7 p.m. Nigerian time. We'll start.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Um,
sure, that's fine.
and can you introduce yourself again for those that don't know the expert?
My name is Oluwadamilola Iwajomo. And someone was actually confusing me for someone from I hosted someone on my page who wasn't Yoruba today, and someone was saying it's the first time I'm having a non-Yoruba person on my platform. And I'm like, I'm not even Yoruba. So the person was shocked. But anyway, my name is Damilola and I'm the principal consultant at Iwaje Immigration Services,
Okay.
where we do everything from helping you secure school admissions in Canada to helping you process your study permit, work permit, visitor visa, permanent resident visas, citizenship applications. If you got stuck at the airport and you had problems and were about to be deported, you'd be calling me to come help you. Or if you had like a hearing and things like that. So I do everything Canadian immigration related. I'm licensed to do it and I'm good at it.
You're licensed to do it,
Yes, sir.
and it took you a great time, effort, and schooling to getting to this stage.
Oh, yes. Schooling, test, licensing exam, registration, and then there's the constant updating yourself because they know that what we learned in school a few years ago probably doesn't hold water. So we have to do like continuing professional development courses to stay up to speed.
And you've been doing this for a while back now. Because I
Yes.
know I
Yes, I
spoke to you
have.
2 years ago, so at least
Yes.
I know at least 2 years. That you have
Yes.
been, since I've known you,
Yes.
since I've been watching you to find out if you're real or fake. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So to good I don't know who she is, these are experts in the field. She's licensed to speaking about and giving advice about, is it migration issue or immigration issue? Which one is correct? Is it immigration or migration?
I guess you can use immigration issues. So
Okay.
immigration is kind of broader. So it covers temporary residents, permanent ones, and things
Oh,
like that. Then citizenship is a different thing. Refugee. Okay, refugee law is the only part of Canadian immigration stuff that I don't practice.
oh, refugee law, because I know quite a lot of people have that type of challenge. So I'm writing all those things down because when you speak, you have to write down. Okay, and previously we have touched on the topic of how those that are within my age bracket, 35 and above, can migrate
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
Canada.
You old people.
We old people, yes. Sometimes we have to do it at a certain age. And usually people in our brackets are people
Mm-hmm.
that have families. And at the point in
Yeah.
time, we have to ask ourselves if we need to move our families elsewhere to give them the best. Then last week, we touched on the issue of how to come in school in Canada and different options.
Yep.
And for those
Mm-hmm.
that have not seen the video is available on YouTube, Kayode
Yep.
Oshokoya. The video is also available on my Instagram live. Each video is about 55 minutes. So really, if
Mm.
you're asking me, I'm not an expert in this, like I did say. If you're asking me questions about how to move to Canada, I would send you a link of the video for you to watch
To go and watch.
because you can watch. And when you have more questions about it, you reach out to people like our dear Dami, Dr. Dami, PhD. Yes, that's a PhD. He's actually very learned. So today we are dealing with the issues of how people with big fat cash can move to
Yes,
Canada. People that
those
have
that want
work
to spend
permit.
money for us.
Well, it's not whether they want to spend money for it or not. Sometimes they see that as one of the other options that they should choose.
Yeah,
So let's start
yeah.
how to migrate to Canada as an investor.
Okay.
Actually, I have a friend that migrated to Canada as an investor. I was actually shocked. Then until
Yeah.
by the time I start
Where did
asking
your friend
questions,
end up in?
Quebec
Okay. Okay.
now is in Ontario.
Okay. Okay.
Then I know someone else that migrated as an immigrant, as an investor is in Saskatoon.
Okay.
So question is, I have no idea about what this process is. So let us start. How do people migrate to Canada as an investor?
Okay. So today I'm going to talk about a very general one, a federal one that allows you to live in any part of Canada, right? The Quebec investor program was temporarily paused or closed, right? But today I'm going to focus largely on the investor program that is called an owner operator LMI.
Wait, start
Owner
at owner.
operator LMI. Owner
Op,
operator
what's LMI?
operator LMI, labor market impact assessment,
Labor market.
right? Now, market impact assessment.
Okay, so wait, before you go far, so there are different
Mhm.
programs that one can
Yes, as
partake
an
in as an
investor.
investor.
Yes, there's
Okay,
many
so this
different
is
ones.
just one out of the so
Yeah.
many. Because someone asking,
This is a federal one. This is a
okay,
federal one, right? So there are
okay,
provincial ones. The provincial ones tends to be tougher. They tend to be
wow,
stricter. They tend to restrict you, so you have to live in that province and things like that. And then
okay,
also you have to do some things up front. You still have to take a language test, have your credential assessed. You have to have a certain net. Apart from coming here to invest, you need to have a certain net worth, which will be evaluated and assessed, right?
so this is
So
the
I want to
easiest.
talk about the
This
easier one,
owner operator labor market impact.
LMIA. Yes, yes. So it's an
Okay, owner
investor
operator LMIA.
program.
Okay, how
Yes,
does it work?
yes. It's a federal one. So here's how it works. If you have mm, experience as a business owner, or you've
Okay,
been in senior management position, meaning you've supervised people, you've ran things, right?
okay,
And you have at least 250,000 Canadian dollars to invest in a Canadian business, you can immigrate to Canada as an investor,
wait, that means
right?
wait. Let
Now,
us
if you have
go down
that
a
much
little bit.
money to invest in a business in Canada, we're not giving you
Go
okay.
ahead, go ahead. Are you frozen? Okay.
Say that again.
Okay, you said for
Oh,
this
sorry, I thought you
owner
stopped
operator,
me. You
sorry,
want me
for
to
this owner
continue?
operator, wait, hold on. Owner operator LMIA, you need a minimum of 250,000 Canadian dollars, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's about 18 million naira.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
There
So what
about
do I do with this money? I just
75K, yes,
25.
75 million to 80 million, yes.
Okay. How does this operate now? Okay, you can go
Okay.
ahead.
So if you have that money to invest, if
Okay.
you have that much money to invest in a Canadian business, we're not giving you Canadian citizenship. Forget about the title I put up when we're advertising this. It's a process. You're coming in as a work permit holder with your entire family, right? And as a
Okay.
business owner, you eventually transition to becoming a permanent resident and ultimately a citizen of Canada. So
So when
here's
you
how it
come,
works. So
okay.
say you qualify, you check all the boxes. Yeah, say you qualify, you check all the boxes. You will come to Canada as a visitor to come and see what you want to invest in. So you could actually be buying a business from scratch, or you could be buying a franchise. So say Tim Hortons or some franchise. So for people that, it's hard for you to come to a new place and know exactly how things run. So when I'm working with people, in most cases, we're pushing them towards a franchise of something that they're interested in, right?
Okay, you said Tim
Because it's
Hortons.
already established. They have
What is
ways
Tim
of
Hortons?
running things. No,
What
no,
kind of?
that's just an example. That's just an
I know,
example. A
no,
business, a
those of us that don't
franchise.
know
It's just a
that
franchise.
Mr. Big. I know that what type of Mr. Big.
Yes, so I'm just saying a franchise, a chain. It's our
Okay.
own type of Mr. Biggs. God bless you. Yes.
Okay.
So a franchise.
Okay.
That might be a safe way to go, especially coming to a new place, not knowing how things operate, how to get things going, and things like that. So don't confuse it for buying a house or buying land or buying stuff. No, that wouldn't
Okay.
work. You have to buy a business or invest in a business.
Okay. Now, must I operate this business if I'm going to invest
Right?
in it? Can't I just buy
You
stock
have
from the
to
stock
own
exchange?
51% of that company.
You must know what? Your line is breaking.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
What? Wait. Can't I
Oh,
just
and
use the money to
here
buy?
am I thinking you are the one breaking.
Okay, sorry.
Can you hear me?
Uh, yeah, I can. Wait, are you saying that I can? Can't I buy stock on the exchange?
Okay.
Can't I use the money to buy stocks on the exchange?
No, no. So it's a business. It's a business
Okay.
investor program. Stock
Okay.
exchange, money market, land, house, they don't cut it. You're investing in a business and you are running that business. So it's not passive investment. So you are technically not buying a passport. You're not buying your status. You are investing in a business and you are there to see through. You're there to run it. So in
Now,
the past, we had like
okay.
passive investment programs where people, their money will do the work for them. Now, this time around, your money will do the work for you, but you're going to be a part of it, which is not necessarily a bad thing because if you're throwing 250,000, it's nice for you to see it through.
Okay. Why you're saying is there a percentage that must buy anything? Must it 100% ownership or 50% or 20% ownership?
No, 51%. So you have to own majority of the business. You must have a say. So 51%. So half plus one.
Okay. Hmm. So how? So what document do I need for this process?
Okay. So a number of things. Number one,
Okay.
proof. So remember, so how this whole thing works is you fit the bill, right? You've either been in business, and by being in business, we need proof. So if you're in business and you're not filing taxes, you don't have paperwork, it won't necessarily work in your case. You must be able to show proof that you've been in senior management or you've successfully run a business in the past and you meet all that criteria. Now
Okay.
you will come to Canada as a visitor to come visit. So you're going to be
Okay.
meeting, registering the business, name change, what have you during your visit, open bank accounts, make the deposit payments and things like that. Then once you do that, then we apply for what is called a labor market impact assessment, right?
Okay.
Once that is approved, based on the labor market impact assessment we have, we can now put together a work permit application for you along with your family. Then you come into Canada and work. Now, don't be fooled. As an owner operator LMI, you're still going to go into that express entry pool profile. But the beauty of it is that you're going to have 200 additional points for running that business.
So before you even start at all, you already have
Does that
200
make
points.
sense?
You already have 200 points.
Before once you start running it, you get the 200 points. Yes. Because you
How
have a
does
job offer, because you have created a job that you're working in, right?
okay.
In a
Okay. Okay.
certain
Okay.
category. So you're probably going to be management level. You need to pay yourself salary. And obviously you pay yourself something commensurate to your position. And obviously you'd at least meet minimum wage
Okay.
for that occupation.
For the people that have come to this group, what are usually the issues as per our Nigerian environment?
Sorry, say that again.
So what are the issues?
Say that again.
Because I'm earning $250,000, which is 35 million naira minimum. What are usually the issues if I want to come to this
Mm-hmm.
group?
Mm-hmm. The issues I see more often than not is documentation, tax clearances, receipts, proof. That's what I struggle with, you know, lack of registration, paper trail, because there
That
are
means
some
that
people that have this money to invest in a business.
okay, so for
So
me to
more
even
often
come to
than not, the issues I see is paperwork.
that means that I must show audited account of my business in Nigeria, right?
Yes, you do. Yes, you
How
do. You
many
must have
years?
been paying taxes
How
at
many
least
years
two
should I?
years in the past. At least 2 years.
So I must show my tax for 2 years, my audited account for two
At
years.
least. Yes,
Then
yes.
the business I'm going to invest in Canada, must it be
Hmm.
the type of business I was doing in Nigeria?
It doesn't have to be. No, it doesn't have to be.
Because I could be a tailor in Nigeria and I now want to own a pharmacy in Canada.
And that's fine. In fact, you might actually even come to Canada and say you want to own a home, an elderly people's home, or you want to buy a franchise. So it's fine. The fact that you've successfully managed a business in the past, and you're able to show that you're able to do the same again, it's the same skill set you need to run something successfully. So the field you're experienced in wouldn't matter as much as the executive or the management experience you're bringing to Canada. So it
Now
doesn't have to be related.
this money, $250,000, how does it?
It can
I
be more.
just
I'm just saying that that's the
okay,
minimum.
okay,
So, for instance, if you have 300 to invest in a business, even better. But the
okay.
minimum is 250.
Is it the cheapest way of coming in as an investor?
It's exactly.
Is it the
Thank you for
cheapest
that
way?
English. Yes, it is.
So, do you have any program that can invest $50,000 to come in? Because this money is big
Not
money.
really. Not really. There's some provincial programs that will probably cost you less, right? There's some
Okay,
provincial programs where you can have like an investment program of 150,000, especially when you're going to invest in the suburb, when you're not investing in a major city, right? But there are some things that you have to do upfront, right? For the provincial programs, remember we're talking about the owner operator LMI. For the provincial
okay.
programs, number one, you have to have a certain net worth, and you can't just say I'm a billionaire. They're going to assess you. They're going to use someone like KPMG and all of that people to say, okay, what are you actually worth? And you have to be able to show how you amassed that wealth. Now it's different with the owner operator in Namaya because you don't have to show your net worth. You just have to show that you want to, or you have this money to invest. For
Okay, so
provinces, you have to be worth something and then invest a minimum of something. Number
oh,
one
no, no,
difference.
just me also to know that in Quebec you can invest about $50,000. You can see the remark, right?
Like I said, the Quebec program is currently not running. It's lost.
Why is it not running? That's that's easier for everybody.
Je ne sais
So
pas.
so the advantage of this owner operator LMIA is the fact that
Mm-hmm.
you can move across the deal of Canada. You're not
Because
restricted
it's a
to
federal program. You're not
the
restricted
federal
to any
program.
province, number one.
Okay.
Yes. Number two, um, how you amass your wealth or your net worth doesn't count. So if one
Oh,
godfather gave you the money, it wouldn't matter.
so nobody's going to ask you, how did I get this money?
Mm-mm. So long as it's
Okay,
legit money that you're bringing, regardless of whether you inherited it, you're fine.
okay, because okay, I think Jaspi also just confirmed that it's been suspended. So, and
Mm-hmm.
that hoping that after COVID it would be lifted. I don't know.
We're all
Now,
hoping. There's plenty
now,
things we're all hoping for after COVID. But we
because
all know that life will not necessarily return to normal immediately.
now, is that all to know about this program?
So that's not it, right? Now,
Okay,
what that program helps you to do is to come here on a work permit. And the beauty
okay.
is that you can come with your family, right? And
How,
it helps you earn
how
200 points.
how long is the work permit?
Sorry?
The work permit I'm given, if I come into this, is it a 1 year work permit or two
They'll
years?
probably give you like a 2 year work permit. They might give you a 1 year or 2 year work permit. It's at the discretion of the visa officer, right? You'll be
Okay,
able to extend it. But more often
okay,
than not, most people will find themselves transitioning within the first 12 months of getting to Canada. Like
okay.
after
So
1 year, they're already putting together their paperwork. So once they end that 200 points, they're already trying to transition. They're taking the language test. They're doing their credential assessment. That's another thing with the provinces, right? If you're coming in through one of the provincial investor program, your ECA, your credential assessment is done up front. Your language test is done up front. You have to meet the minimum requirements. Your source of fund will be verified in partnership with KPMG to verify where you got the money from and things like that. You are restricted. Some provinces will actually say you can't leave our province in 2 years and things like that. There's a certain commitment that is required of you. But for the owner operator LMIA, once you get your PR, if you like, pack up your business and say, I'm not doing it again, you're good.
Oh, say it again. So after
Some
like
provinces
1 year,
would also not allow you transition. If you're done and you're in your PR process, there's no obligation for you to continue running that business and things like that.
under
So
the
that's why I
owner
said it's a
operator
fantastic
LMIA.
program for those that can afford it. Yes,
So I can
yes,
actually within that type of processing it, sell the business and cash out if I can do
yes, you can. Yes,
that. Oh,
yes, you can. But what most people get confused about is thinking they can buy a house or they can buy stocks or they can do some sort of passive investment. None of those work.
okay. Someone asked, what can one invest if coming to Canada worth $150,000? That's a non yes. Don't ask
Yeah,
again.
so
$150,000.
like
What can
I
I do?
said, buying a franchise, a small franchise, a corner shop, something. And remember, you don't have to fully own it. You just have to own 51% of it.
Or 51%. That means I can allow the
Yeah,
old management to keep on managing it,
majority.
and while
Yes.
I still take a back seat.
Say
Okay,
that
so
again.
I can allow. Okay, if
I
I
don't know
buy
why we're
each of
having
them,
network issues. Normally we talk smoothly.
I don't understand it. It's breaking badly. Anyway,
It's
what I'm saying
breaking.
is,
Let me text my people downstairs to make sure the microwave is not on. Because I know that sometimes when the
uh,
microwave is on, give me. I don't. Have you ever noticed that? It was when we started working from home that I noticed that.
some of us, you can see the microwave behind you. Some of us are working. We are in the kitchen already, so uh, there's nothing like
Sorry.
those type of ingredients. So now I'm taken aback because I feel that an average person may not be able to afford this $22,000. Wow, we're having network issues from like our previous two sessions. If you have questions, please send your questions, most especially investor related questions. Okay, you're back.
I'm back.
The question,
Sorry.
the question is,
Sorry.
I may have to go into other things,
Sorry. One
but
second. Sorry. Sorry. Is the microwave on? My network is the microwave on? Can you please help me check if the microwave is on? Can you please help me shut it down? It's affecting me. It's not on. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
okay,
Sorry.
okay. Okay, so
Okay.
question is, isn't there a cheaper way of coming
So the investor programs is for those that don't fix the bill anywhere else, right? You're probably too old for one of the programs, or you can't score as high, you can't take French, schooling is not an option, and you have this money anyway, you're a businessman. So even if you were coming to Canada, you were not going to come and start working for Coyote, or you are not going to do a 9 to 5 because you've always run things. It's a beautiful
in?
program for you because at any rate, maybe you had people to employ and things like that. So it's a beautiful program for people that they were already running things. They're looking to run things when they get here, right? They don't
Okay.
fit the bill in any of the provincial programs, the federal ones, schooling, they've checked all of their stuff. And at any rate, they were coming here to invest, to run a business. They were not going to come here and start all over again. So, like you said, maybe they are 60, they are retired, they're already running few businesses, they still have to make ends meet when they come. Because regardless of how wealthy they are, by the time you keep converting naira to dollar, and if you're not replenishing it often, and if the rates keep going high, you want to do something here that would fund this place, then it's a beautiful program for you because it's not the government collecting your money and not giving you interest for 5 years and returning exactly how much you collected. It's you running your thing and making it work. So I find that most
So,
people actually continue running the business
okay, so let me
even
ask
after
you,
they get their PR.
how long does the processing time to get this owner operator LMI?
So it depends. So it's a process. So first you're coming on an exploratory visit. Excuse me, I'm on the phone. No, you want to get a laptop? Okay, laptop out. Thank you. Sorry
I'm
about
always
that.
involved.
So they come they come here to visit. Lock the door for me, thank you. You come here to visit on an exploratory, probably 10-day visit. You want to open an account, put your deposits away, register your business, meet people, talk to people, change of names. You come here first, then you put together you put maybe 70% down, right, of the $250 I'm asking you for. You put that down in a business, right? And then you now apply for the labor market impact assessment, right?
Okay,
That process will vary because now with COVID,
mhm.
say that
Continue,
again.
continue, continue.
So now with COVID, it will probably take a couple of weeks to a few months. And once you have that, we apply for your work permit.
Now, the
It
question
is
I'm
not,
asking is this.
you right?
Wait, can a visitor open a bank account in Canada? That's what I'm hearing from you.
They can. They can. They can. Yes.
I never knew.
Yes, you can. You can.
Okay. Are you not saying that
You
at this
can.
point I can, when I, before, I can, on this my visitor's visa, I can move the
Hmm.
money into my account now? Or I wait to get
Pretty
till I get the
much, yes.
assessment report?
No, 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 no. You move the money into your account then, right? You move the
Okay.
money and then you purchase the business to apply for the LMIA. Out. Now. Close the
Okay.
door.
Someone is
Thank you.
saying,
And don't
okay,
come back.
can a
Nobody else
joint
comes back in.
business ownership of
Sorry.
2 or 3 families in Nigeria? Okay. Okay. Someone is asking, can a joint business, can 2 or 3 people come together? Actually, you're reading the question, right? It says,
It's
can two,
a
three families
fantastic
come together,
question.
put money together, get
It's a
$50,000
fantastic,
and migrate? If me, you,
technically
and
no. And here is why.
why?
Here is why. All right. Someone has to run it. Someone has to own 51%. You're applying for them. So the short answer is no. And then
Wait,
you have to remember that all this people you're bringing them to come and run the business. And you also need to employ a Canadian citizen or PR when you open that business here. So by the time you're coming with 6 people already to run or 3 people to run, then how many other people are you?
no, no,
Technically,
no.
no.
No, what we're
But
saying
it's
is
a
this.
good idea.
Myself, my
They
friend,
want to combine, they want to join forces to buy the
yes,
business, to buy 51% of the business.
yes.
Technically, no.
So it has to be a person.
Yes.
But
A
if we
family.
had a joint, if we had a joint business in Nigeria, what stops us from coming to doing that in Canada?
Say that again.
If both of us are running, like myself and my friend,
I'm
we're
not
running.
enjoying this live session. Can you hear me
Oh,
still?
I can, yes, I can. What I'm saying is, so it has to be a person, a standalone person with a family, not 2 people coming together.
Yes. Not 2 people coming together.
Hmm. Okay, can I use a loan to come and buy business here?
No. No.
Because no, no,
No.
you're not asking me how I got the money. You're saying I have this money. So I can as well take a business loan in Nigeria and come and buy a business here. Since
You
you're
might be
not
able
asking
to
me for the
get
source of
away.
money.
We're not asking you for your source of funds, and we're not asking you for how wealthy you are for this owner operator LMI. So you might be able to
Okay.
get away with it, but technically it's supposed to be money you have that you're coming to invest, not money you loaned.
Because we are at least people who take business loan to buy off another business. It happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I can take a
It
business
does.
loan from a bank, a Zenith or a GTB or Echo Bank or Unity Bank or as many banks, and come and buy a business in Canada. That's what I still have a business in
So,
Nigeria anyway.
so when that business fails, would you now pack it up and then would have given you work permits and you'll be here? And then the people, I have to look into
Because
that actually, but I
usually
haven't had anybody take a loan out. And
anybody that
I know
can
what
take
you mean. I know what you
anybody
mean.
can do 80 million naira just into another country. Most likely will have a business in Nigeria as well. Okay,
Yeah.
what if
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have to raise this money, this our 80 million naira. What if I sell my property in Nigeria and I bring it here to run? Will it work?
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
So the only challenge apart from this $50,000 is the fact that
Mm-hmm.
I still need money to live in Canada
You
for
you
accommodation.
still do. And things like that. Yes. I remember you're going to apply for a work permit as well. And especially if you're bringing your family in here, Your
Okay.
business will not necessarily generate money overnight. All right. Businesses
Okay.
are
So
not profitable the same month they open them. So you still have to show funds that you're able to settle yourself
okay. So
and the
if
family
I
members you're bringing in the
if
meantime.
I as the principal get a work permit, what
Mm-hmm.
does my wife get?
Yeah. Your wife can get an open work permit as well, and your kids can apply for study permits.
Okay. So the kids are study permits.
Yeah.
Now, if the kid is above 18, what does he get? Is it the same study permit?
It's the same study permit because it's not a sponsorship application that they've met the age of majority and they're suddenly excluded. In this case, they can still apply to come with you.
Okay, because there's the issue of 18-year-old and things like that.
I know, I know. So that's what I'm saying that it's not a sponsorship application.
Because the only thing I can see this that is intern is just that amount of money,
It's
which
not,
is
it's not,
something.
it's not a program for the faint-hearted.
Now, can you briefly talk about other provinces briefly because I'm trying to look for alternatives for we're not as powerful as some people. Are there cheaper things
So,
that can do?
so the other provinces, right? So, for instance, if you're going to a place like Winnipeg, they expect you to actually have a net worth of 500,000, right? And you'll be investing 250K if you're going to a major city outside if you're going to Winnipeg, for instance, you're
Okay.
investing half of that 500,000, 500,000.
So
So
if
meaning
you
you're
have
investing 250K. But
that
if
one
you're
is
going to the
even
suburbs, if it's even the same. But if you're going to the suburbs now, you're now investing maybe 150K.
now.
Does that
I
make
remember
sense?
someone made mention that Quebec had a program for $50,000. Isn't there any other province that has such something similar?
Saskatchewan, the price is less. Is not running currently. I need to check because they keep changing and they keep updating them. Ontario is even higher, right?
Wow.
And then the other thing you have to bear in mind is that when you have someone from Asia turning up with 500K wanting to invest, who will you choose? Will you choose the person that is going for the bare minimum, or would you choose somebody that is equally experienced and looking to invest more in your province? So that's another thing that you need to consider.
Oh, I don't understand. I mean, I thought if I made the minimum amount of money, I would automatically qualify, even if
So
someone is up.
the provinces have quota.
Okay, what does quota mean in this case?
They have a certain number of people they can take in under that program on a yearly basis. Somebody saying Ontario is a no-go area, I guess it's expensive.
Wow, wow, wow.
So if Ontario has 100, right, I
Okay.
won't choose you. So even if you have 10 years of management experience and someone else does, I'm going to be choosing the person that has the same kind of experience as you running a business, right? Yet is willing to invest more. So it gets
Oh,
competitive.
wow.
Does that make sense?
Okay, what happens after a year of investment in LMIA and the business does not work? What happens if business does not work after I've applied?
So for the owner operator one, you will still be able to qualify because remember that now becomes a points based system where you're earning 200 points to apply. For the provinces, you might have a problem if the business doesn't work. Transitioning becomes hard, right? And like I said earlier, most provinces have a minimum, like they require a commitment for you to stay there to make sure it works for a certain time before you can move on, right?
Okay, someone.
So in some
Okay,
provinces, you have to grow your business for 2 years. They're going to track your progress before they issue you a letter to support your permanent residence visa application.
okay. Someone now said,
So that's the other thing about provincial programs.
how easy is it to purchase a business or invest in business in Canada? How easy is it to even to purchase a business or invest in a business?
So you're going to be working with people that are going to help you write your business plan, accountants, lawyers, like it's a whole team of people you're going to be working with. You're going to be working with me, an accountant, like a technical writer. You're going to be working to make sure it works. That's why most people try to buy a franchise as opposed to trying to start one from the get go.
Oh, wait. You're saying why is it not easier for me
Sorry, I
to
didn't
buy
get
into
that.
an existing business? I rather just buy into an existing business and stop all this while
Exactly, exactly. Which is what most people do.
They just buy into an existing business. Let's say the business is
That's
already
what
there.
that's what most people do.
Rather than saying buying a franchise in itself, this $2,000, it's cost of land, the cost of the permit, the building assessment. I know you people in Canada, you have so many laws, so many
We do. We
council.
do.
I
We
think
do.
you have more licenses used than anywhere in the world. I'm not too sure about that, but
Yes, yes, we do.
to even construct a
Yes.
toilet.
So for the province, so anybody, yes. So anybody coming under the provincial investor program, they must
Okay,
employ Canadians. It must be profitable. If their
which one?
business fails, it won't lead to permanent residence, the provincial
That's
ones,
for the province.
right?
Okay, okay.
Yes. So basically, their ability to transition from being a business owner into becoming a permanent resident is largely dependent on the success of that business, unlike the owner operator
Wow.
LMIA.
Oh, okay. Someone is
So
saying
that's
that you can't.
part of the beauty of the owner operator ones.
Okay, so you said someone is saying you can't just splash money anyhow. Wow.
No, it's a lot of money. So that's why you'll have to do some research. So that's why you're not even doing it all from Nigeria. You're coming here to see. You're coming here to assess. You're coming here to put you down and establish things and meet with people and ask questions and know exactly what you're buying into before you buy. And once you're convinced, then we start the process. We start the LMIA process. You get the work permits and all that. And we kind of walk you through the entire application process till you become a permanent resident.
Wait, can this thing be done
We'll
less
hold your
than
hands till that list.
from the beginning to the end? Can it be done in 12 months?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes. No,
Can
no,
be
no.
done in 12 months.
No. So you're going to come and visit here first. So even the visa application is going to take a month to 3 months, right? And
Okay.
then you get a work. You apply for an LMI,
No,
right,
no,
and a
wait,
work
okay, wait.
permit. So it can be done in about 6 to 9 months. The first step, right? Then within 12 months of getting that, of working in that OO occupation knock, right? You then transition. So it's like a 2-year journey to becoming a permanent resident,
2 year journey. Someone say, what's the
to
cost of
becoming
buying
a permanent
into
resident, yes.
an existing business? What's the cost of buying into an existing business?
That's an impossible question to answer now. Like, what's the cost of buying an existing business in Nigeria? Obviously, it will depend on the size of the business, the type of the business, the location of the business. Like, I don't know how to answer that question,
Then
right?
someone say,
My own is that you have to own 51% of it, right? And you're investing a minimum of 250K into that business.
then what the fashion is asking, do I need 250,000 to go into farming?
So Saskatchewan had a good farming program, right? So if regardless of what field you're going into, right? If you're coming under the owner operator program, you're investing 250K.
Then franchises, is franchises risk free?
Everything has risk. Every business has risk, right? Any business owner will know that they're taking a risk. And that's why this is actually a good program, because you're there to monitor it. You're not just throwing. In the past, we had passive investments where you were literally technically just buying a Canadian passport.
Okay.
But now you
Not
are
that,
actively running that business. You have to.
some countries have investment schemes where if I put down
Yes, they do. They
a certain
do.
amount of money, I get,
Yes,
I don't
you
know.
get pali automatically. Yes, we don't
So
have
question
that.
is, isn't that an easier route than all this? Because for some of us that have traveled to different parts, different places, each country has its own peculiarities. You get in one country, something works. In our Nigeria had like this. We know what works and what doesn't work. So when you people come from the abroad, you speak big English, you're looking at you. This is our land, that's what we do. So
Yeah, so some
now
countries
if you're
have
paying for the
that.
first time and putting $50,000, isn't that too risky? For the first
No,
time,
not if you do your due diligence and you do some research and you meet people and there's legal stuff involved, right?
so wait, this
And
fifty
you're not
thousand
giving
dollars
your.
does
Mm-hmm.
it include all the legal, the lawyers? Does it include all the
Oh
lawyers
no
fees
no
of
no no
everything?
no 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 no! This 250,000 is your investment into a business.
It is
So
different from
associated
the,
cost
the associate cost.
is different from
How,
this. This is the
how much are
amount
we
you're
really
investing
looking
in
at?
a business.
How much are we really looking at? 250 plus
I
what?
tell I tell my clients, just prepare yourself for like 300K, right? Because you're going to fly back and forth. You're going to pay. You're going to do business registration. You're going to write a business plan. You're going to meet with lawyers, accountants, obviously immigration consultants too. So, and there's going to be an application fee payable by you, your family members. So initially you're going to have a work permit, study permit, visitor visa, PR application, government fees.
Okay, so now there's a case here where someone said he tried other programs and he was banned. If I was banned from migration process, or if I was rejected.
If you are banned, you are banned.
No, if I've been banned for like 5 years.
If you're rejected, it's different. If you're rejected, we can deal with that. But if you've been banned until that ban is lifted, there ain't nothing anybody can do for you.
That's a classic thing that's what I've heard of.
Okay.
I was banned. If a man was banned, not me, if a man was banned, can the man's wife apply?
No. So if you are inadmissible, if you're banned, it means you're not admissible to Canada.
No. It's the husband that was banned.
I know. So by virtue of that, your wife is banned as well. Because guess what? If your wife comes here,
yes,
right? One of our pillars in Canada is family reunification, right? That wife is 100% definitely going to apply for a humanitarian and compassionate permanent residence application for the spouse that was banned, because she's going to make a case and say, well, you guys pride yourself in reuniting families. My husband made a mistake, right? You can't hurt me for it, or you can't keep my family can't suffer for it. My children can't pay for that, for his sins, right? So because of that, because they know they're going to get this kind of files, if one person is banned, the other family members become inadmissible automatically.
Was banned before we got married.
And now that they are associated, it doesn't matter when or if or how or why. I'll give you a good example. I had someone come to me to apply for a visitor visa application, right? And we had started the process and all that. In fact, I was almost ready to submit, right? But I'm used to it, because many people often think that when I ask them, have you been refused? They think that if the visa was subsequently issued, the answer is no. But the truth is that it doesn't matter if you were issued after, the answer is still yes, you were previously refused. So before I submit any application, I go back to the client and ask them in writing, have you ever been refused to any country, even if the visa was eventually given? And this person said, yes, Canada. So I said, how? Why? What happened? And he said, I don't know. I used an agent, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, this guy had been banned because whoever applied for him used a fraudulent card. They wrote back. The person kept replying and said, can I change the card? There's nothing I can do for this person. I can't apply. It's not this guy's fault. But the truth is that he signed the dotted lines. So regardless of, he's still punished for it. So his wife can't come here to study anymore. Nothing can happen to them until that ban is lifted. Okay. But if they were refused and they're now bringing money, I cannot make a case and say, this guy wanted to visit us before you guys said no. However, he's bringing 300K after COVID. Okay, do you want it? That can work.
This 250,000 naira or Canadian dollar?
If it was 250,000 naira, my dear, the whole of Nigeria will be in Canada.
So it's 250,000 Canadian, not US dollars, Canadian dollars, right?
It's Canadian dollars, yes, not US dollars.
Wow. Okay. So it's quite expensive. Well, it's interesting that you have different questions. Like I said, this is for the people that have deep pockets, and usually people that can start a business and run a business. So it's for people in the senior category of business owners with experience.
Yes.
Can the business I want to run in Canada be a branch of the business in Nigeria?
It can be, yes. So long as you're employing a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm even so afraid about this LMI. I think you better go back to coming as a normal above 35 if you have issues.
But it works. It works. If it's a genuine business, you're dropping your money and all that, it works.
It works.
LMIAs are usually difficult. It's not an easy thing. It's not a walk in the park, but it's doable. If you legit have the money and you're investing. Usually LMIAs are tricky. Usually LMIAs are things that you have to show that there's no Canadian citizen that can do the job they're, offering you, or there's no permanent residents. They have to advertise the job. They have to put it out there. They have to, submit CVs, interview notes, but this is different. This is a business
Okay,
one.
because I was contacted by a proprietor of a school in Nigeria. I'm sure she's watching this.
Okay.
She's asking me, Coyote, how can I can't come as a above 35. I can't do schooling. I already have a school in Nigeria. Like she has 2 schools and she wants to
In
move over.
Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay.
So what can she do?
Okay.
So because I want you to talk because I know she's watching this.
So for instance, so for instance, there's some daycare franchises she can buy into.
Oh, she can
They
buy.
already have their staff, they have people running. Yes. And then she's just owning 51% of it, and she's moving here to run it.
Wow.
To join them.
Sorry, madam, I can't call your name on there because I know that you're watching this.
Yes. So if she has that 250,000, then yes, I mean she can come here and visit and look around and see which one she likes, speak to them, buy into it, and continue from there. So it's doable for her.
So the people, because there are quite a number of people that are probably in their 50s, their 60s, they're thinking of what to retire and things like that, and they want less pressure.
Yes. Yes. So it's a good program. We hook them up with realtors. We will hook them up with those that would write the business plan, because I'm not an expert in all of these things, right? I'm your immigration person. I get your visa to come here. I link you up with all the places. We give you links to businesses for you to choose from, right? So if someone wanted to do an investor program with me today, the first thing is I do an assessment for them.
Okay.
Right? I ask them lots of questions. They fill out forms for me and things like that. They give me 2 weeks, not 1 week like the regular one. This one, they give me 2 weeks to work, right? At the end of it, I present them with options. They go back and they say, okay, I've shortlisted this, right? Here are the ones I'm interested in. We arrange meetings and things like that. Then eventually they come to visit, right? With them, they come with their money to visit, they deposit, they register, they do stuff, right? Once they go back, we start the process. Sometimes even before they go back with the LMIA, right? We get the LMIA, we put in the work permit application. They move, they start the process. At that point, I'm getting them to evaluate their credentials.
You know why I said all this? You're putting me on the spot. You're not putting me on the spot because, like I come from a business community in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Quite a number of people that have asked me this question. That's why I asked you to ask you. You're actually putting me on the spot because they're going to tell me to do that work for them. I'm telling you, listen.
Tell them to come to me, Joe. They should come and pay what J. I shall do it for them.
I'm not saying that we're not going to work with your firm. I'm saying that.
But they're going to make you do the research.
The research, the judgment. This is what we should do. That's why I'm asking this question.
No, but it has to be them. It has to be them. The choice has to be theirs. Remember, it's their money.
No.
It's a lot of money, right? It has to be something they're interested in. It has to be a vision they can run with. So you can't even choose for them.
Like I mentioned 5 minutes, they're interested. You understand? There's some things that because for them is they have this money, they tell us what to put the money in. All these ones of interest and no interest. Because literally,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I look for business that are already running, they can put their 51%, and the existing management to keep on managing it, and it gives them a way to come to Canada. That's what they're looking for. So yes,
that's what you mean.
Yes, the one that invest of 51%, they will come in. Let it be a school, let it be a mortuary, let it be a fish farm, let it be a farm. Yes, that's what
mortuary.
No. It's actually a big business in Canada. What I've seen, they charge. In fact,
oh really?
When you see some of those deals, you know that
blood of Jesus, stay away from me.
So what I'm saying is, for them, it's as long as it's a legitimate business that financial.
I know what you mean.
I've seen there's a website, and I don't want to, where they have business in Canada for sale. I've seen those things.
Yeah.
So can we go on those websites and buy businesses from that platform as the way to go?
I never advise that. I always advise established places because it's a lot of money. You don't want to just get here and it's in the wind. And remember, it has to be legit and things like that. So your LMI, the success of your LMI relies on it, right? So we have like partners, realtors that are used to the process. So they're not even your regular realtors that show you your house that you want to buy. These are the ones that are conversant with business immigration.
Okay, it's business immigration issue.
Cause yes, cause you have to check all your boxes and it still has to add up in the end.
Okay. I think we start somewhere. I think we spent about 51 minutes there about.
Yes. Yes,
Uh,
so we can save it.
so the people here are asking me, how do you want to relocate to Canada with my wife and kids? What program should I? What I will say is this: please go on Kayode Shokoya on YouTube. You will see the previous
Mm.
interviews. 35, if you're above 35, how you can migrate to
Episodes.
Canada,
Yeah,
how you can school.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
on YouTube, Kayode Shokoya. You
Mm-hmm.
see the interviews I had with the experts. Then
Yeah.
contact her afterward. It's easier for you to contact her afterwards and get results because you have known the questions to ask. It's annoying when you're asking
Mm.
questions which the answers have been provided upfront, and it saves you a lot of time and effort.
Yeah,
So what I'll
yeah,
say is go on
yeah,
Kyle Chokoya, Instagram or YouTube, check the previous videos. If you're above 35, how to migrate to
yeah.
Canada, or even school in Canada, what are the things you should look for?
Mm-hmm.
People are asking how much is
Mm.
school in Canada. Those questions have been answered in that video.
We covered
Just want
those.
to reach out.
Yeah, it's
If
we've
you want
been
to reach
doing
out
this
to
for 3 years, for 3 weeks.
for 3 weeks. So if you want to reach out, how can they reach you? Your handles, your WhatsApp. How can people reach you now?
So my handle. So if you look on the top left corner of the screen, you see both our handles. So
I
you
can't see
see
it though.
Iwaje.
Put it
Oh,
on it.
strange. It should
Yeah.
be on the top left corner. You should see Iwaje Immigration. It's Iwaje Immigration.
I just spell it right there.
Iwajay Immigration, two M's. Immigration. I can still spell.
So reach out to her. She will give you the best answers.
Yeah,
We have to be very careful
yeah,
when we're dealing with immigration issues. You have to talk to the expert, someone
mm,
that is licensed, someone that is
yeah. Most of when you are dealing with investment issues,
yes. Yeah,
it's
the
no
money
joke.
has
Anyway, whoever legitimate that money will not just go anywhere to to
okay.
spend.
So
Someone is
LMIA, it's
asking
not
what
just
is
the
LMI? LMI is Labor Market Impact Assessment.
impact assessment. Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
thank you very much. We're going to
So
save
you're
you
trying
here.
to, the government, you're trying to establish that. So you need this labor, you need this person coming here, basically.
Okay. So I really want to save this thing. I don't want to lose it like the last time I did, and I was shocked. I couldn't find it.
Yes, yes, yes.
So please reach out to
Yes,
her. She's
save it.
always there. She's quite busy,
Save
so
it.
please let's be patient with her because I know people have
Yeah.
sent you emails, messages, and they send me a message that she's not responding. Please, she will
Yeah.
respond.
She's not emails. Yes, I will respond. Give us 24 to 48 hours, excluding weekends, right? And we would always respond to emails. Always. Chat is
Oh,
not it's not great for me, but emails, yes.
okay. Thank you very much. So you can catch this
No
video on
problem. Nice doing business with you.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very
On your
much.
platform.
Yes. How do I end? Okay, I end
Yes.
this way.
All right.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.